the vehicles for their private activities. We all know that government vehicles are registered with some specific colors, green colors, numbers. Now, if you don't register it with the numbers and you take it for funerals and other things at weekends, how are we going to determine that this vehicle is a government vehicle? And so policymakers and government, we should ensure that all government vehicles are registered appropriately. If not, we will continue to see an abuse of the use of government assets. Now, another very important issue that came up is abandoned projects. This cuts across. Get funds, when we met with them, we were told that those projects, some even dated 2017. And that for me was not an excuse. If you have a project that you inherited from a previous government, the onus is on you to ensure that that project is completed before you continue with another project. But you leave those ones and then you go ahead to come up with new projects. Even those ones, you are not able to complete them. And once you delay it, the repercussion is that there will be an added cost. And it becomes difficult for government to now get this added cost to be able to complete the project. The usage of the project becomes a problem and all of that. And so the good news is that the president-elect in his manifesto has promised that abandoned projects is something that we should applaud him for and ensure that these promises that he has made, we all collaborate and help him to do it. There shouldn't be a situation where we are asking for details or information on projects that have been abandoned and it will be difficult to get those information. I think that those are issues that we should look at, and the president-elect is in the mood to ensure that projects that are abandoned are completed. And if he's to do that, I know Ghanaians will be happy with him. They know his worth and they know that he's capable of walking his talk. On this note, Mr. Speaker, I want to thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Yes. Honorable Member for Dome-Kwabena.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I wish to comment on the statement and on the report that is ably laid by the chairman relating to technical universities. Mr. Speaker, respectfully, I want to refer you to page 6 of the report. Item II, and it reads assets without ownership of documents. And I want to take that together with another item that was identified as an irregularity and by the Auditor General that was considered by the Public Accounts Committee, which is on page 22 of the report. Page 22 of the report, and the heading is University Lands with No Title Certificates. Mr. Speaker, I want to state that this is a very serious issue that we ought to look at as a country. If we need to establish or create legal departments in these universities to take care of that, it is very important. You would be amazed that many of our schools at all levels are sited on properties or lands that has no proper documentation. And I must state on authority again and state on record that this keeps reoccurring in the Auditor General's report as an irregularity, dating from years back, since at least I entered Parliament in 2013. So what are we doing? In these universities, in these schools, are we leaving the registration of these documents and registration of these lands to the school heads, or we'll just sit on consent? A lot of our schools are on lands that have been encroached upon. And they cannot take legal action, mainly because they don't even have title to the land, for starters, to even have locus in any court to challenge whoever is encroaching on these lands. And these are lands for public purpose, lands for schools, for universities, for our young ones and our little ones that are coming up. And I think that if you look on page 8, the value that is, no, on page 22, Mr. Speaker, the value that is put on these lands, it's huge. The value, and we know that property appreciates over the years. And so the more acreage you have, the more land size you have, every year you have an accrual on it. So if we don't have title, we don't take the pain to register these lands, when there's need for expansion, then the issue rises again. We need land, we need land. But we go to our traditional leaders, leaders, our chiefs and all that, and actually beg for these lands. And most of the times, they give it out willingly. So I think that as a country, moving forward, the civil servants that are working in these institutions, the public servants that are working in these institutions, if there's a need to engage more lawyers to carry out that duty for them, it will be observations that I wanted to comment on this report, which has to do with protecting what is due us so that we can progress in terms of developmental projects in the area of education. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Well. The last one, let me give it to Honorable Comfort Doyo.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I'm on my feet to react to Honorable Techi Manson Kwanta MP.
That one has already been reacted to.
Mr. Speaker, nobody should speak big English.
Honorable Doyo,
when it comes to corruption.
Honorable Doyo, I think what he said was a general understanding of audit.
So what I'm saying is about $11 million paid to a work not done. Now, nobody should speak big English to do a cover-up. We don't want to hear that. Ghanaians should know $11 million have been paid, 11 million plus have been paid to a contractor. And for work not done. Not done.
Honorable Comfort, hold on.
So this
Honorable Comfort Doyo,
that has been made,
Honorable
there should be
Comfort
no
Doyo.
big English to do a cover-up. So they should allow the process to work. We should take them on. That's all.
Mr. Speaker, I think we should discourage leaders from taking the house back. A decision has been taken on that matter already. What is being discussed now has nothing to do with that issue. It's either an opportunity to be heard or deliberately pushing the house back. Mr. Speaker, I urge you to rule him out of order and have all those comments taken off the record. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Doyo, with respect to $11.9 million, that report has already been adopted. With respect to Honorable Techi's comment, I think it was a general comment he made, but the chairman of the committee has addressed it. So please, let's understand ourselves and move on with that. So,
I'm not making a comment about this, Mr. Speaker. I'm just timing how long we took to do this. Mr. Speaker, you initially said depending on the interest you will allow.
So this one I had the interest, so yes, that's why I allow some.
If this becomes the standard, Mr. Speaker, we haven't even done half of this. We may be here beyond 6 o'clock.
Very well. Very well. So, honorable members, at the conclusion of the debate of motion listed 22 in today's order paper, The question is, all those in favor of the motion being adopted, say aye. Are we hungry or angry?
Motion